Next question. Hi, Trip. I absolutely love your podcast. Even bought Magnetic. I'm on my second reading. I'm getting ready to get serious about dating and have an initial question about how to position myself to women. I separated from my wife a year ago, and she passed away in a tragic car accident almost 6 months ago. I am so sorry to hear that. That is very sad. He continues and says, I'm working hard on my own mental health and helping my kids through everything, but I'm really lonely and want someone to have fun with, as the last year has been absolutely brutal. I'm going to join Tinder soon and will be taking a lot of your advice on the podcast for the dating apps. How should I promote myself? I'm thinking of positioning myself as a single dad of 2 teenage boys and not putting widow or addressing the last year of pain and grief, but staying positive. What do you think? Thanks for all your amazing advice, President of your Canadian fan club. All right, well, look at that. 2 questions in a row, very similar. So I answered some of it. You were going to, first of all, I'm sorry for your loss. That is terrible. And I understand that alone is so tough. And now having someone not there anymore and having kids, just bravo to you for putting yourself out there like this. Listening to a podcast, emailing me, trying to get help. Bravo to you, my friend. You want to make sure that you are positioning yourself and advertising yourself on the app, not as someone who's widowed and not as someone who has kids. Again, it's not because you are ashamed of your children. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that you're going to get more women on a date who might have swiped left on you without giving you a shot, because you, my friend, president of my Canadian fan club, as you put it, you are probably an amazing guy. And she's not going to give you a shot all because there's a picture of your kids or because of an ex-wife, a widow. So women and female nature goes as follows. What will happen is they will end up backwards rationalizing why they should be with you, even if you don't match every single one of their preconceived boxes. So you want to give yourself as much opportunity as possible. Okay? That's how you're going to promote yourself. That was the word you used. Promote, not position. You promote yourself that way. But yes, you're going to stay positive no matter what. So if they ask you, but I want to say this too. There's something to be said here. Really make sure that you are working on your mental health. 6 months ago was not that long ago. So I want to make sure that you're in a good position. I know that you're lonely, but that's never a reason to get into a relationship with somebody. You don't want to get into a relationship with someone just because you feel lonely. That's like, I like to say in a good relationship, 1 + 1 should equal 3. You're the one, she's the one, you come together and you create something that's greater than the sum of its parts. 1 + 1 = 3. If you're not in your best mental state, you're not a 1, you're like a half, or even like a 0, or even like a -1. So you're coming in at the wrong time and for the wrong reasons. Honestly, most men, and I know this is easier said than done. Listen up here. This is very important. Most men need to learn how to deal with loneliness. It is a skill in itself. And it's so important. So you don't have to ever rely on someone. And you become a stronger person because of it. So please, gentlemen, deal with your loneliness. It's okay to be lonely. Many people are. You're not alone in the fact that you're lonely. It's a funny phrase, but it's true. You're not alone here in that sense. And you need to be able to deal with being with yourself and, or in this case, your children. You need to go to a psychologist. You need to read books. You need to be okay being alone. And it's at that point you'll be fully ready to give to a relationship. That's what's really important. So think about that, sir. Think about that before you end up going out there and going on Tinder. I want you to do this intentionally, not from some sort of emotional decision, but a rational decision to be with someone who you can add to their life and they can add to your life. But you don't want someone to fill a bucket for you that's empty, because that's going to be a disaster, and there's a good chance that that relationship might end anyways because you might become needy. That's another thing I should add. That's one of the reasons why it's not a good idea. You go into a relationship because you're lonely, you're going to be needy, and you're going to be in a lot of emotional pain, or you'll end up scaring her away anyways because of how unattractive neediness is. So to the president of my Canadian fan club, that is my advice to you. Take it, and yeah, I hope you end up hearing this answer.